Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are today. The game is too frightening. It's Lone Wolf. Ironically enough, we had to do it with a friend, and today we're joined by longtime friend of the show, Teen Dream.
How's it going?
It's going well. Today he is going to be helping us out through Joe Deaver's Lone Wolf, which we can only describe so far as a cross between Lords of Mordor, Shadows of Mordor,
Correct.
And Xenoblade,
Yes.
based on trailers and the like. Also a little Game of Thrones, it would seem, with this
Art
load.
direction-wise.
Yes, very medieval. Very. Tonight we will be keeping it classy with Joe's Crab Shack. When you need to get them crabs and don't mind losing your abs, go to Joe's Crab Shack.
Apparently they're sponsoring.
I wish. Oh my God. If we could get a Joe's sponsorship.
Did they go bankrupt, actually?
Did they?
Yeah, I think that was.
Joe's is tasty,
There
man.
was one right by us. It closed. And I'm pretty
On
sure
City
they
Line,
went
yeah?
bankrupt. Yep. Look into that.
That is such a shame.
We're not an official news source, or you're not.
We are not an official news source by any means. You can take us at our behest, our word. Just take us at our word. Just take us at our word for it. That Joe's is bankrupt. You need to invest in their crablery. Apparently, Deadliest Catch does not do enough for them. Who knew?
That might be off the air, too.
Deadliest Catch?
I feel like this show is aired in 2014. Maybe?
It might be. Oh, my God.
Everything we have is an outdated reference.
It
Apparently.
is. We have no references. I didn't mind episode 3, as many did.
Episode 3.
Yeah, Star Wars.
Yes, that's right.
More outdated
Yeah,
references. More of the outdated.
All right, here we go. Now we got through the whole entire loading screen.
Incredible amount of load times.
All right, so the aspect I liked about it was the fact that you can write your own story, so they claim.
Okay.
But I don't know what that actually means for the story. So we're going to do a new game. So now you can apparently have 3 slots, so you can try out your own version of this.
Very good.
Ooh, interesting. Difficulty. All right, so for our purpose, we'll stick with normal.
Normal. We want to see the average play.
Right.
I love these choose your own like adventure story type games because I always want to be bad and then sleep with whoever you can.
I mean, yeah.
Every option to flirt, you have to jump on. Just like with real life, you have to jump on that flirt.
Hopefully, 1 out of the million times you'll try, you'll finally succeed.
Right? 1,000 no's and a yes is still a yes.
The only odds against you are when you don't try.
Exactly. Wayne Gretzky by Michael Scott.
So I think
Did you select it?
I did.
And then you hit that.
That is misleading.
Okay, I thought it was loading.
I thought that was a loading screen again because that's kind of what we've been dealing with. All right, so sorry about that.
You are a lone wolf. Your life is not an ordinary one. You assess and counter all challenges with...
Here we go.
Okay.
Multiple choice. First multiple choice here. So we kind of know this.
Is this, like essay or exam style rules where when in doubt you see it out?
Yeah.
And that's got to be the answer? You can't go wrong in this one because it's a make your own story.
Cannot. There's another misleading thing. You have to go up to get rid of that scroll.
Okay.
So here are our options. You always prefer a straightforward and decisive approach, although it is often reckless. Another option is you carefully assess the details of any situation before attempting to overcome an obstacle. You rely on your dexterity and intuition to overcome any obstacle. So personally, my first 2 choices are these, but...
Seems like a sniper kind of class and then a tank type, I would say. If I had to...
To simplify it?
Yes.
Yeah, I can make that argument. I can go with that. This would be, I say, the sniper ability, carefully assess the details.
Or a mage of sorts.
Depends what kind of mage you have.
Yes.
So when I see these things, I think of like more of like a D&D reference. I'm not afraid to admit that I play it. But What I am confused about is what this really will mean for the story, because as they alluded to with the trailer, your decisions matter for what's going to happen.
We always hope they will.
So let's see. What should we go with? If I give these two options,
Which do you feel more comfortable? Are you a sniper or you want to run
I'm
and
gonna go
gun?
with the assessing.
You're gonna assess. You're gonna hang back. You're gonna look around.
Man of the mind, maybe is
A man of the mind.
We'll see.
You assess all your challenges with intelligence. Many are battles you have fought in defense of your Summerland, wielding your... And now more options.
Yes. So we got swords generally do not inflict high damage, but they are easy and quick to use. Maces are heavy, crushing weapons. They are slow to use, but they inflict high damage. And then axes are balanced weapons regarding damage and speed.
I feel like a sword.
Yeah, I like my guy with the sword.
Sword feels right.
Yep, we're gonna have to
You
go with
know?
that was an easy decision.
Wielding your sword. You are more than a gifted warrior. You possess special Kai disciplines that give you mastery of...
Let's see, mastery of healing restores your health and improves your meditation skills. Survival combines the skills of master tracker, hunter, and explorer. I think that's
Survival. I would say survival.
survival.
Oh.
Mind over matter lets you manipulate objects in your immediate environment, or mind blast and mind shield, transferring your mind into a powerful psychic weapon and psionic shield. Whoa. Okay.
So, do you want to...
Do I want to be a Jedi, or do I want to be like, what's her name? And
Jean Grey? X-Men?
I wasn't thinking about her, but let's go with that.
You want to be Jean Grey?
Jean Grey or a Jedi?
Jean Grey or Jedi? I feel like you might want a blast into shield. If you're observing from a distance,
I like that.
a blast. Although maybe
be a
you
sword too.
Yeah, you have a sword. Maybe you want to just hurl a table at someone.
Ooh. Do you know what? I'm thinking of like the Phoenix. I think I'm going to go with mine.
The Jean Grey.
Jean
Nah, I did it. Ah.
Animal kinship enables you to communicate with and influence most animals, or you are able to perform extraordinary martial feats due to your mastery of weapon skill. I mean,
I feel like you have to go with like sword dancing.
Yeah.
Although, unless you can like ride a pack of wolves.
there is no indication that you can. So. Ooh, camouflage enables you to blend in your surroundings, enhancing your stealth and secrecy. That I already like.
It sounds great.
Your sixth sense enhances your natural intuition, helping you to identify and counter unseen dangers. Now, that's not like a Jedi.
That's some
sense of
hot
the
move
Force.
right there.
I had to say though, I mean the hide.
The camo
Yeah.
for the hang back, the observer. I think camo's got to be the way.
Let's do it. We'll see what this means.
Mind blast, mind shield, weapon skill, and camouflage for Summerland and the Kai.
Badass picture.
I dig it.
Build our character.
Looks cool. You couldn't choose between lady or dude, which interesting.
I like how they make you decide.
Oh,
Are you sure you want to do this?
I like the way they phrase it. Is this the story you really want, or is this some past narrative you fantasize about?
Let's see what this means. Here we go.
Exciting.
For many centuries, the Kai Lords defended their kingdom of Sommerland from the Dark Lords of Helgadad.
Helgadad?
Battles were fought and won by the Kai, but finally came their demise. 3 years ago, the monastery of your warrior order was attacked by the armies of the Dark Lords.
Of course.
The
Always
Kai
the Dark
were
Lords.
destroyed.
Always.
You were
I don't know how there's so many and they're always so dark about everything.
Seemed lost, but you retrieved the Sommersword, the one weapon that can slay a Dark Lord of Helgadad. You slew Zagana, the Dark Lord.
Zagarna?
Saved your
A
kingdom.
new kind of wine, I would say.
Now, the lesser Dark Lords hunger to take their revenge. It falls to you, the last Kai Lord of Sommerland, to crush their evil schemes once more.
So we don't know anything about his order.
No.
Or about why he was able to slay the Dark Lord?
A chosen one, I'm sure.
Let's assume.
Blood on the snow. You can turn the pages using the confirm button on the arrows in the book. You can also go back to any previous page of the current chapter.
Cool.
You are the lone wolf, the last of the Kai Lords, and sole survivor of a massacre that destroyed your elite warrior order. You would prefer not to be where you find yourself now, in a narrow mountain pass, blanketed with crisp snow, flanked by shadowy timberlands, where icy winds whistle through the branches and chill you to the bone. Brr. You would prefer not to be here, but duty has called you to this remote part of your domain. You are the frail of this territory, and you are responsible for the safety and security of the hardy, some-lending folk who live and prosper in this harsh mountainous borderland. You have received a disturbing report of enemy activity around the mining village of Rockstarn, and all communication with the village has ceased. Not even a pigeon can get there, apparently. Fearful that the settlement may have been attacked by Gaiax and other Darklands raiders, you have come here to assess for yourself the true situation. After a seemingly endless trek through snow and ice, you have almost reached your destination. Your horse becomes increasingly nervous as you approach the outskirts of the mining settlement. Ooh. That is a skittish horse. The smell of wood smoke is being carried along on the chill air, and its acrid aroma unsettles you both. This is not the reassuring smell of smoke that arises from hearth or furnace in the depths of winter. This is the smell of wanton destruction. Your heart sinks. You have journeyed here as quickly as the harsh weather would permit, but despite your valiant effort, you may have arrived too late. More choices.
Yep. Okay, so I can use my Kai survival abilities to understand what happened. I can... I don't want to waste any more time. You urge your horse to gallop. You decide to be careful and proceed on foot.
For some...
Please choose your own adventure.
So the image suggestion of him being like, that makes me want to choose the But I feel like using your survival abilities to understand what happened, that's the only one that's really like, I want to gain a knowledge of what's going on around me. That's like a detective.
Right.
And you always want to be Batman.
I mean...
Inherently, you reach for Batman.
Let's go with that.
We're going with the Batman choice.
Batman choice. Something happened.
Okay.
Ooh.
I guess you have a Kai meter. You can detect the remnants of many footprints in the snowy ground. These prints are more than a day old, and all have since been covered by fresh snowfall. Yet your Kai senses detect they were made by enemy scouts. Gaiax, most likely. If a Darklands war party is operating in this area, they may have placed traps along the trail ahead to ensnare the unwary. It is an old Gaiac tactic, and one that you have no intention of falling foul of. The forest clings to the steep mountainside on both sides of the trail. The ground here is very difficult to traverse on foot and impossible on horseback. It comprises jagged rocks and loose shale interspersed with treacherously deep and narrow fissures, and they are all covered by a blanket of ice and snow. So you're screwed.
Yeah,
is what that sounds like.
Yeah.
It will be It will be a very difficult route to take. But if you were always to keep the trail in sight, you would It would be a sure way to reach Rockstarn. You dismount and pat your horse's head reassuringly. There. Then you retrieve your equipment and personal items from the saddlebag. The horse senses that you must leave him now and go ahead alone. He neighs softly. Yet, sadly, fear not, dear friend. You have fulfilled your duty with courage. Now you must return alone to the monastery where you will be safe. Go as fast as you are able. We shall be reunited there before too long. Your horse lowers his head, and affectionately he nuzzles your shoulder. His unquestioning love and loyalty warms your cold, cold heart. With a last pat of his forehead, you send him on his way, back along the track and the mountain road that leads you to the Kai Monastery. You watch him go until he is lost among the trees. Then you steel your nerves and resolve to reach Rockstarn as quickly as you can on foot. Fortunately, you happen upon the remains of an old border ranger track, and you are able to follow it all the way towards Rockstarn with relative ease. You tackle the difficult ascent with dexterity until you find that the way ahead is blocked by a vast wall of snow. This obstruction is the result of an avalanche that swept down the mountain side a few days earlier, carrying with it many trees and loose boulders. The village of Rockstarn lies beyond the great wall of snow and shattered timber.
It's really a big, like a reading opportunity.
This is a huge reading opportunity, and I'm defaulting to Olmec from Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Oh, that explains it.
That's why I'm slowly being like, and then you will from there to the shrine of the Silver Monkey.
So it's actually kind of nice to kind of explore the map as you would read it, or thereafter. So let's see what happens. This really is like a read-along story. It's gonna be dangerous, but you decide to climb over the avalanche. You don't master. Wait.
That's the wolf pack one.
Yeah, right.
That we chose again.
So this was a choice that we chose not to go with, and I can't use that.
That could have given us the way out.
Right. You feel there must be a way to clear the snow itself from the path.
You have the mind abilities. You have a ton of mind abilities, so maybe
I can.
That's the goal.
Right.
To force push them away.
Let's do it.
Anytime you have the
you push the object.
There it is. Making a decision through the multiple choice menu may trigger an action event. Be ready for anything or face the consequences.
Let's see what else. Okay, in order to perform a charge, action event correctly, repeatedly press the correct button to charge. Yeah, charge the central circle until it's filled. If you don't fill the circle in time, it will disappear. So this could be good or bad, depending on how good or bad of a player.
If you have your Resident Evil 4 mastery down, wants you to tap A.
Oh god, I'm screwed. Do I have to beat this?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yay!
Yeah.
You examine the wall of snow and discover that a large section is being held in place by a boulder perched precariously on the edge of a steep decline. If you were able to dislodge this boulder, the snowy wall of this section would collapse. It would create a gap through which you could pass to the far side without having to make the treacherous ascent to the summit of the avalanche debris. You scour the surrounding trees, looking for a solid branch that you can use as a lever. Fortunately, you discover an ideal ball, strong and straight, and set it to work fixing it in place behind the boulder. With all your strength, you pull on the end of the stout branch and feel the boulder start to move. There is a loud noise, like the rumble of thunder, and suddenly the boulder falls away into the decline and the snow behind collapses, burying you completely. Fearing suffocation, you struggle to free yourself from the grip of this crushing white prison. After what seems like an eternity, you break through to the surface and gulp down lungfuls of the cold fresh air. You came close to being suffocated to death, and this near-death experience leaves you feeling shocked and acutely aware of your mortality. Yes. As you regain your composure, you see that the way ahead is now clear. A V-shaped cleft has appeared where the snow wall has collapsed. You traverse the gap in the avalanche, but you are brought to a halt by something black and metallic protruding from the snow. It is the hilt of a sword. From its crude shape and black metal pommel, you deduce that it is a Gaiac sword. With your hands, you scoop away the snow from around the sword's blade, and you make a gruesome discovery. The tip of the Gaiac's weapon is embedded in the frozen chest of a little boy, 7 years old at most. You bite back your feelings of anger and revulsion. Carefully you remove the caked snow from the child's brown hair, from his head, and from the fragile shoulders of this innocent victim. You are filled with a great sadness when you see the look of sheer horror that is frozen literally on his tender young face. A small pendant hangs around the child's neck. It is made of Somlending gold. Somlending gold. And there is a name inscribed on it. Carrick. You retrieve this pendant and put it safely in your backpack. Then you cover the dead boy's body with snow and say a prayer to Goddess Ishar to keep his spirit safe from the forces of darkness. You salute the boy's icy burial mound and pass through the gap in the snow wall to the far side. You are now less than a mile from Rockston. Beyond the gap in the avalanche wall, you find the village trail. It opens and clear of obstructions. You start to run along the trail, mindful that you have lost too much time already. You follow the road as it snakes gently through the high timberland, and it is not long before you see the path straighten as it approaches the entrance to Rockston. A whirring gray spire of smoke is rising into the cloudy sky above this ravaged settlement. It is being carried along by the icy breeze that whips and howls through the main street. A rustling sound makes you freeze in mid-step. Slowly you turn to face the sound, and you see a pair of hooded amber eyes staring at you from the cover of the snowy foliage. They are the eyes of a wolf, an old male with a distinctive patch of white fur in the center of his forehead. You sense that the rest of his pack is close by. The wolf pack leader nuzzles his way through the foliage and approaches you.
Uh-oh.
Don't turn your back on the wolf pack. Too sweet. His thick gray body fur is highlighted with gold-colored hairs that ripple and gleam as he draws closer. He is a powerful hunter, yet you have no need to be afraid of him. With a narrowing of his wise eyes, he warns you that great danger lies ahead. Yes, my friend, you murmur quietly. Yet face this danger I must. Here are my people. They are my pack. I am their leader, and I must protect them.
That's pretty deep.
Yeah, the wolf communication that you develop. Amazing.
Okay, so what? The world map lets you decide which narrative section to unlock. Next, pay attention to when you choose. Some decisions can't be undone.
Ooh.
Okay. And it also lets you access the merchants you have unlocked. The world map can be accessed from the home interface.
Oh.
Okay, meditation is a skill that Lone Wolf uses to rest and recover vitality points, endurance, and Kai power. You can meditate only before leaving your current location before triggering a new narrative section. And if you are ambushed while meditating, you'll start the combat session with your Kai powers on cooldown. That's not good. While moving on the map or during meditation, there is a chance that you will trigger a random encounter, which we were talking about before.
Pokemon style rules.
Right? Okay, well, let's see how this actually plays out. So, is he meditating? I can meditate. I mean, there's no point to meditate.
Not yet. We haven't done anything.
Right. So,
I think you select that, and then we're gonna take a look at full screen here.
Okay.
And
I can't do anything in here.
okay.
There's just apparently to admire the map for what it is, because I can still view roughly that same area. Oh,
does it make you meditate?
I think it's actually.
Oh no, there you go.
There it goes. Okay, that was not doing it before, so I can go in the town.
Is that meditation? Is that what that is?
That is meditation.
That's Mountain Pass.
That's Mountain Pass? That looks like I'm meditating.
It's a Mountain Pass. On that top bit.
That's the location marker, like where that is.
Oh, okay.
But the actual action.
Okay, so the only action is to go. Okay. Okay.
The Rockstar Village Gate, which I think
That's where we want to go.
let's do it.
Yeah.
Sure. I guess that means save.
Yeah.
Cool.
The village of Rockstarn was once a thriving and vibrant mining community. Nestling among the slopes of the surrounding mountains, life here on the border with the Darklands is harsh, yet the villagers of Rockstarn are hardy and industrious community. They are fiercely loyal to you, their liege lord, and the King Ulnar and Summerlund. Now Rockstarn lies silent and smoldering, the noise of its steam engines and its armory no longer echoing among the high peaks. Cautiously, you approach the entrance to the village. It is eerily quiet. The smell of wood smoke that you detected from a distance is now heavy with the cloying stench of death. You stare unblinkingly at the horrific scene that greets you. The blood-soaked and lifeless bodies of villagers lie strewn about the streets. Many were cut down as they fled, while others died, fighting desperately to protect their loved ones and their homes. Recent snowfall has covered the slain with a thin white shroud, sparing you the unsettling sight of their gaping frozen wounds. All around, several shops and dwellings have been badly burned or completely destroyed by the fire. There are too many victims here, about for you to gather their bodies and give them a decent burial, as is the customary practice in Summerland. The terrible price that has been paid by the villagers of Rockstarn, partly as a consequence of your late arrival, weighs heavily on your heart. So, because we didn't use the correct tools at our disposal, the entire town is dead.
I would argue that.
You close your eyes, raise your face to the cloudy sky, and make a silent plea to the goddess Ishur to gather and protect the souls of the slain. You open your eyes and advance along the main street, your nerves as taut and wound steel wires. Then you hear something. It is the sound of bare feet on fresh snow. It is followed by the rattle of loose armoire and a gurgling growl that sets your pulse racing. Who's a Gayak? Okay. Ok tag jutnek. It drools through its sharp, uneven teeth. You recognize the foul Gayak language and know enough of it to translate the creature's chilling utterance. I bring you a slow death. Your fears are confirmed by the presence of this hateful Gayak. Rockstarn has been attacked by a Gayak raiding party. The creature stalking towards you is only one of many now occupying the village. The Gayak closes in and defiantly you stand your ground. You can expect to receive no mercy from this creature, and you will give none in return. So here's the battle parts, I think. I think this is the legit fight system here.
We shall see. You ready? You ready?
Are you ready? We needed the action cat.
No guarantee when or if he'll show up again. Okay. There's a lot here. Okay. When action buttons appear near a lone wolf's body, it means that it is your turn to strike. Each button grants access to a specific class of abilities according to its position and look. So, what that means is during turn, make your choices before the yellow bar empties. You won't be able to attack or use consumables before the bar is completely refilled. Okay, it says like time-based.
Time-based, turn-based RPG.
Okay, that's not what I thought. Okay, so wait. Pick the sword attack.
Mm-hmm.
Now saying I can perform 3 main combat techniques. With the weapon you wield in your main hand, a quick strike that is difficult to dodge or parry, a heavy blow that is slower but deals more damage, and a lethal combination of attacks. When a melee weapon is wielded in the offhand, it also makes special combat abilities available in the circle menu. These abilities add a further layer of strategy to your battles. Try them all and define your fighting style.
The offhand.
That means you're like your opposite hand.
Not my primary, not my writing hand.
Yeah. So I'm
So you're
assuming
ambidextrous.
he's a
He's
righty.
a righty.
As most people are. And he's probably got some stuff in his left hand.
I don't think the goddess Ishtar
Ishtar?
approves of left-handers.
No.
I think that's the kind of thing they beat out of you
I'll stay hush-hush about that.
in this ranger school.
Yeah, no. The green bar represents your endurance, which is the resource you use to perform physical actions, including all melee combat techniques and offensive action spells. Okay.
Cool.
I got this, sort of. So we're going with... Oh, I screwed up there.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. Because the timer was going, so...
And now you would hit... There you go. And then you choose... okay.
Timer did freeze, so I'm seeing that.
So you get some time to choose.
Right, and I wanna get in there. Quick attack.
Nice. And then again. Okay.
Directional event. In order to perform directional action event correctly, perform its adjusted movement with the left stick. If you fail, the arrow will disappear.
A little bit like Jet Grind Radio.
Yes. Ooh, here we go. We're gonna throw some stuff.
Nice.
This holy weapon grants you the ability to perform devastating fighting techniques because of magical origin. Because of its magical origin, in order to wield it, you will need Kai power instead of endurance. A single cooldown is shared by all Summer Sword attacks. I'm really.
They actually spelled it sword.
Sword.
It's not just my ignorant pronunciations.
Ooh, I'm taking some damage here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And okay.
Precision event. In order to perform a precision action event correctly, wait for the external outline to touch the central circle. When the circle glows, press the correct button. If you fail, the circle disappears. It sounds simple, but I'm already confused. But we'll just
We're gonna say. Nice.
I dodged some of that. We're gonna go with whatever this is.
Oh.
That looks cool.
I
think
thought.
I almost killed it. Oh, this is that.
Okay.
Okay.
So now it's a mash. So this is that thing where you
Ooh,
fill the
whoa,
circle again.
Whoa, this got serious.
Oh my god.
I should have never done that.
X. Tons of X.
That was overkill, and he was almost dead anyway.
I love it.
But
I love it.
now I know.
Overkill. Oh, what?
I think this is another guy. This is another dude.
New dude.
I think.
I think you ran out of time.
I think I'm out of time. Still figuring it out, you know.
We're getting there.
Alright, so my dude he's taking some hits. All right, so I got belt items. Yeah.
Like Batman.
Remember to fill your belt with useful items such as potions or other consumables, like Batman. These are the only items you'll be able to access during a fight. Therefore, choose wisely. Additional belt slots can be unlocked, upgrading your Kai armor. And there was a second page, but I kind of screwed up on that by not clicking it. Okay.
Nice backslash.
Ooh, I should have used my...
You should have used the belt item.
I mean...
Is it Y or B?
I don't know what that button is.
Y or B. I think it's B.
Oh, no, that was the potion.
Hey! That's
wasn't
not...
the
No,
potion I wanted.
that's not the potion we wanted.
That was the potion I wanted. Hopefully I survived.
Hoots! No time for potions, apparently.
Not yet. But I think the red is health, because I'm going to go with color coordination.
Color coordination. Context clues.
Yes.
The SATs are coming up, kids. Think about that.
Still can't use that. Where's the Y button? Ugh. Okay, this is what I thought I want to use. The use of all range techniques is connected to the equipped range weapon. Throwing knives or crossbow. Ranged attacks consume ammunition. Crossbows have firepower. Yeah, they do. As their main stats. It increases bolt damage. Okay. But I guess I can actually do it. Oh boy, I'm about to die. He's hurting. He's hurting everyone. I can't do anything.
Oh, the health might be filling. Almost there. Oh no! The killing blow!
Wow.
Oh,
Is that my story?
Is that the story?
It's like, guys, I'm new here. Give me a chance.
Your adventure ends here, Pilgrim. It's not over yet. Had it been different, I give up. And Kai, help me find out where we go on the next section as Preesh continues to play the lone. What's the guy's name?
John Devers?
John Devers, Lone Wolf.
No, it's actually Joe Devers.
Joe Devers, Lone Wolf, as joined by our friend Teen Dream.